Oh, hey, good morning. It's May 2nd, 2022. Hey, good morning. Mike here, Replicons. It's May 2nd, 2022. Mike here, Replicons. It's May... good morning. Mike here, Replicons. It's June 2nd, 2022. And it's time for a super quick market update. Breakfast is being served. Just put it right there. Super. Thank you. Eggs. I like protein in the morning. So, yeah, the market bounced back and fell right back below the neckline buy level that I've been showing you for a while now. So, what does that mean? Well, it's not good. Obviously, it's not good at all. It's pretty negative, and it kind of plays into what I've been outlining for a while now. I hate to be right on this. I really would love to be wrong. But this really seemed like a dead cat bounce to me, and well, it fell right back, and that was quite a deep retracement right below. Now, there's a saving grace, which would mean that, well, okay, if it bounces back up from there and it overcomes it, stays there, and then continues higher, then we get a really nice retest situation going on. So that's the positive thing, right? And if not, well, then we might want to prepare ourselves for a little bit more downside, or at least sideways action. I know, you don't want to hear that. I don't want to go through more corrective tape either, but it is what it is, right? And it's always best to be very realistic about everything, right? And yeah, in trading circles we have this expression, hope is not a strategy, right? It's so true. So anyway, it's time for breakfast. There's really not much to add to this. I mean, I'm gonna show you the chart, and I'm gonna splice it in again. And you know, I mean, it's quite clear the current formation. We have this deep retracement. We have some sideways tape. We have an attempt to overcome prior resistance ahead. And now it's fallen back, and what that means is that that resistance has been reconfirmed, and it needs to be overcome now more than ever. And unless we overcome that resistance, then we're going to stay down here, potentially get used to this range, and a further fall might be in the cards. And that one probably would drive us down to like easily 25K or so. So, hey guys, Mike here from the future. Wanted to give you a little bit more context after looking at the chart. So yes, indeed, we spent effectively one day above the neckline buy level after closing on top of it. And we reached quite far above actually. And then fell right back from whence we came. What's interesting is that we now have two consecutive neckline sell levels right here on the bottom, a little bit above 28,000. And effectively, I'd say that if Bitcoin drops below 28,000 again, then most likely it'll go to 24,000 easily, probably lower. I think everyone would panic at this point. So it's make or break time here. It's all fun and games. We've whipsawed around here for several weeks now. How many weeks is that? Yeah, 2 weeks, right? Since we produced this spike low here. And we had no context. It was kind of meandering. But now we do. And now we have a neckline buy level and neckline sell, and two neckline sell levels right here in a very small trading range. Thanks to all this. That's why I talked about context. It's always about context. So what's going to have to happen here is it's going to have to pick a direction. And it's going to pick a direction, most likely very soon. Obviously, real S volatility is popping up. And we're going to see either a breach down here, followed by acceleration lower, or it's going to recover, probably take its time a little bit more wherever we went out. All these neckline buy lows here have expired at this point based on this setting. And these settings are, I think, very generous. I think it's actually close to like 20 or something. So it gives it a lot of time. By the way, what you're looking at here, it's a strategy I built, and I've been testing over the last few days. I started working on this last week based on the indicators, and I've done a lot of testing on it. I'm seeing a forest of good numbers, which is really awesome. I've done a variety of very diverse settings, and it all holds up a very good edge, way above 60%, sometimes 70, 80% actually over on Ethereum, which I was really surprised about. Even tested on the VXX, which of course you cannot trade in the long term, and admittedly. And on some stocks, it's actually really great for very long-term trend trading, as you can see here. And I'm gonna put together a different video on this in the future. I just taking my time here. Right now, as you can see, it's still short. I'm printing the current position here. It went short again here, and based on the combination of the Kalmans and the net lines, it's still short. And that's kind of why I like this long term. See, a very nervous system would have gotten chopped to pieces here. And that's why the net lines themselves, which I tested about, they have an edge. It's a small edge. It's a positive edge, but the win rate is slow. You really would have a 35, 40% win rate, just like trend trading. And just with the net lines, right? If you just use net lines. And you make it up by basically winning on when the trend takes over on both the short and the long side. But effectively, it's a very difficult edge to maintain for most traders. So what I wanted was a more long-term edge that really trades the long swings and keeps you out of long-term or even medium-term corrections. And that's what this does. It does it very, very effectively, actually. I was very surprised how well it works. So anyway, I'll talk about this some other time, but just to give you some context where it says short on here, I'm not actually holding short right now. This is not trading yet. This is just in simulation, but it would have been short from here, right? From up here, it would have hit a short signal. Why? Because the net line sell levels were breached. Plus, we have the Kalmans crossing. Anyway, so here we've got the net line sell levels down here, and one net line buy level. It has some time left, quite a bit of time left, probably a good part of another week or so per this setting. And so we have some time here to work this out, but I think it needs to happen fairly soon. I think it needs to really pick a direction. It can't keep doing this forever. This sideways motion here, this is really coiling up very tightly, and it's going to escape one way direction. So one direction or the other. So yeah, that's all I got. Okay, guys. So we'll see what happens, but I'll keep you guys posted as always. And that's it for today. See you guys next time.